Hi, welcome to Isla Nubar. I'm John Hammond, and this is The Lost World. Peach Country RV in Stonewall, Texas has been a very nice park. Our last night here gave us a chance to see how our nearly 18,000-pound RV stood up to torrential rains and gale force winds. According to the National Weather Service, we were facing 40-mile-per-hour winds with gusts greater than 60 miles per hour. My biggest fear was damage to our slide toppers. Our awning was easy enough just to pull it in. The skies grew angry as the afternoon grew on, and leaving in the morning for our next destination helped to prompt me to put away all of our outside things and, so to say, batten the hatches. Within 15 minutes of finishing, the winds began to increase. The distant thunder was much closer with many associated lightning flashes. We kept the slide outs open and could see that our custom-ordered Carefree of Colorado toppers locking mechanism, which prevents billowing, thus damage to the coverings, seemed to be doing their job. The winds were strong enough to occasionally rock the RV, but nothing else. Several times the park lost power, but it blinked back on several minutes later. Our rig has 2 surge protectors, and they work superbly to protect the house. When they reset, the large appliances like the ACs came right back on. Our batteries and solar chargers showed no faltering to lights and systems tied to the 2 AGM house batteries. For about 3.5 hours, the storm rocked and rolled. We slept. I slept comfortably, as it rained pretty much all night. Shelley was none too happy with the storm. In the morning, a quick inspection of the RV showed no damage. The park, on the other hand, didn't fare as well. Several of the large trees had limbs the size of my legs come down, fortunately with no obvious damage to any of the park's RVs. One of the park rangers said they hadn't seen a storm this strong in nearly 5 years. That one spawning a couple of tornadoes. So we cleaned up our site, hooked up Beauty and Beast, and loaded up our little princess, Ellie, and headed out to our next destination, 1,000 Trails Park on the Colorado in Texas. We had an uneventful drive, no tramlining, through the outskirts of Austin and onto the park. We were given our choice of sights and picked a beautiful 30 amp, yeah, I know, our rig is 50 amp, but with the 30 to 50 amp dog bone we carry, it was a seamless transition. Like a 15,000 BTU AC may draw about 12.5 amps, more on startup. A microwave, 12.8 amps, etc. You can see how it adds up pretty quickly. It's just that when you're not on 50, you need to be cognizant of how many amps you're using. What happens if you try to draw more than the breaker will allow? Well, that breaker trips, and you're back on batteries. So shut everything down, recalculate your amp usage, then slowly turn on your essentials and make your trade-offs to ensure you don't go over your limit. So far, we're doing pretty good. The park is beautiful. We were greeted by a small herd of about 8 deer, does, as we pulled into our space. Definitely not shy. Squirrels were next. I gotta remember to keep all the basement doors closed. After all, we don't want any stowaways. We are in a small meadow, 100 yards from the river. There are 100-foot-tall live oaks everywhere, and everything is green, unusual for folks who have been in the desert for quite some time. Anyways, our pro tip. We'll bet that in your RV, whatever size or place your pantry is, at least one wall, maybe two if it's in a slide out, is exposed to the outside of the RV. And no matter how good the insulation, it probably won't be enough to mitigate the heat from what's outside. What we did isn't much, and it's an easy project, but does seem to help. We've taken the insulation bubble wrap material with the foil on both sides and lined the exterior facing sides inside the cabinets to help lessen the effects of the sun. The stuff is easy to find on Amazon or home improvement centers, even Camping World. Get the largest rolls dimensionally and cut out what you need for the cabinet walls and maybe windows you need to darken and insulate, then adhere it to the walls. We chose not to use sticky Velcro or double-sided tape because of the heat and residue, so we stapled it in place. I suppose you could even lay it in place and use dry goods to prop it up. Either way, we moved all of our canned goods and glass containers towards the inside of the RV and the dry goods towards the outside. I guess they can take the heat a little better. One other thing we do is when we get to our destination, we open the cabinets slightly to promote circulation. Give it a try. You just might like the results. Hope you like our trip. We'll leave you today with some aerial views of our park, the river, and Texas Hill Country. Travel safe. See you again next week.